Second quarter highlights, second quarter report came out this week. I just wanted to touch on the highlights real quick. This is the DFW MLS reporting zones. There's 43 of them around the Metroplex, stretching all the way out west of Fort Worth and out to Greenville and north up to the state line and down south through Ellis County and farther, I believe. So anyway, 43 reporting zones. This is DFW information. So total sales were down in 34 of those 43 separate MLS reporting zones. We're hearing all the time how the market is leveling out, slowing down. Some people crash, some people call it bubbles. But I believe this information is going to make all of that make sense. So why has total sales been down in our MLS? Most likely it's the higher mortgage rates, obviously, overall higher prices in the DFW area. All of these have affected affordability. Thus, it's going to push and squeeze some people out of the market. So naturally, some sales are going to drop. Also, just the broader economic picture. Chris and I have been talking about it for weeks. The economy is slowing, supply chain issues, the high interest rates, all of that's affected consumer confidence. Thus, not as many people are in the market. Thus, you're probably not going to have as many total sales. And remember, we're talking about total sales here in the second quarter. So all of these things have contributed to many consumers just taking a cautious approach toward buying. So total sales are down. Let's move on to the decline in sales, though. I want you to understand, don't totally, excuse you, the decline in sales cannot be totally seen as a decline in market. Where there's affordable housing, sales are actually up, or if they did decline, it was just a very slight decline. So that takes us back up to our first point with affordability. So where there's affordability, sales are actually up. Also, this really stuck out to me. The total dollar volume sold is up in 27 of these 43 zones. So including a few of the areas where sales were actually down in the zone, the total sales dollar volume was up. So that is obviously a product of home appreciation, the competitiveness of the market in the first and second, or during the second quarter. And then I put this in blue because I think the most significant trend is that the median sales price was up everywhere in all 43 of these zones. The median, which is not the average, but it is pretty close to the average sales price, was up everywhere. And in some cases, very significantly. In our Collin County area, at Anna, Allen, and Melissa, the 75 corridor is up 40% values. And most of our other areas saw a median sales price go up by 20%. So that is a sign of significant demand still in our area. Then the last bullet point is, for the year, sales are only down 4% in these 43 MLS reporting zones. So when you consider that we've seen, 15 to 20% appreciation. We've seen, 15 to 20% appreciation. The fact that we're seeing, sales down 4% is, I think just a small little tick. The staggering first quarter, is going to help offset this slight downturn in the second quarter. If you remember our first quarter, we just blew up the market. Interest rates were still the first quarter, they're still in the
threes.
Yeah. They were still in the threes. So we had a flurry of buying in the first quarter that helps offset a little bit of the downturn in the second. But what's going to really tell the story is this quarter coming up. The third quarter is most likely going to tell the story of how 2022 finishes. Although we're feeling economic conditions that we've never encountered before, in DFW anyway, 2022 is going to remain a busy time in real estate. If you're a realtor, you should still be very, very busy. And that's why it's important, to partner up with the right lending team, such as Chris, line up with the right real estate team, Amy and I, and, we can help you navigate this process. I feel very good about what we've been able to do for our buyers, in this first and second quarter. We're working with Chris, working with you, the way you've been able to get them locked in at the right time. So even people that are waiting to close right now are in a good position mortgage rate wise. And the last thing I wanted to show was just a little bit, we're talking about, the third quarter is going to tell the story of 2022. Realtor.com earlier in the year had forecast that inventory was going to tick up, 0.3%, not even a full percentage point. And they've gone back and updated their 2022 inventory forecast. And they now say that it's going to, go up by 15%. So for me, it's going to be interesting as this new inventory comes on the market. Is our home appreciation going to continue the rate it's been at? Chris and I were talking earlier, still getting a prediction of 20% home appreciation for 2022 in our DFW marketplace anyway. So, and then we've been talking for weeks and we've shown data and reports that, we should continue to see at least, 5 to 7% appreciation. We've shown you charts that during recessions, homes still appreciate. So the story here is if you are in the market to buy and have the ability to buy, now is still a great, great time.